Good morning, students. Today we will be covering another problem on relating to amalgamation of companies. Problem is given below. Following is the summary balance sheet of Prakash Limited. You can see balance sheet of Prakash Limited is given. We will see what are the terms of amalgamation. It says on the above date, Akash Limited is formed to take over the business of Prakash Limited, including cash and bank balance on the following terms and conditions. So Prakash Limited is taken over by Akash Limited. That means this problem is relating to external reconstruction, whereby one existing company is taken over by another existing company. It says stock is taken over at 75% of its book value. Furniture and fixtures are taken over at 70,000. Trade receivables are taken over subject to reserves for bed dates of rupees 5,000. Land and building is taken over by Akash Limited at 10,000. So all these adjustments are related to revaluation of assets taken over. Statutory reserve is required to be maintained for 1 more year. This is related to maintenance of statutory reserve, which is to be maintained by Akash Limited in its books. Goodwill is valued and taken over at 250% of the book value of furniture and fittings. Again, goodwill valuation is given. Now, our seventh adjustment says 90% of purchase consideration is settled by issuing equity shares in Akash Limited of rupees 10 each at rupees 15 each to the equity shareholders of Prakash Limited. 10% of purchase consideration is settled in cash. Now we can refer this adjustment. It says 90% of purchase consideration is settled by issue of equity shares. That means the amount of purchase consideration we are supposed to calculate by net asset method. From that, whatever the amount comes as purchase consideration, 90% of that will be settled in the form of equity shares and 10% will be settled in the form of cash. So from this, we will be clearly understanding that PC is to be calculated by net asset method. Next adjustment says Akash Limited issued 12% 40,000 preference shares of rupees 10 each at rupees 9 each fully paid. All these preference shares were fully subscribed for by the public and issued accordingly by the company. So these are the shares issued by Akash Limited for cash to the public. That means this has no relation with Prakash Limited. That means the accounting for this will be only in the books of Akash Limited. We will see the requirement. Our problem says you are required to calculate purchase consideration and balance sheet of Akash Limited after amalgamation. So from the adjustments we understood that PC is to be calculated by net asset method. So we will see the calculation of PC. We are given 5 assets on the balance sheet of asset side and only one liability, trade receivables. And here you can see almost all the adjustments are related to revaluation of assets. Stock is taken over at 75% of book value. So stock we will write 40,000 into 75%. At that figure, that is 30,000, the amount of stock is taken over. Furniture and furniture and fittings, you can see 70,000. The figure is already given, taken over amount. Trade receivables are taken over subject to reserve for bad date 5,000. So 5,000 RDD we are supposed to provide on debtors. Land and building is taken over at 10 lakh. So land and building figure is given that it is taken over at 10 lakh. Cash and bank balance, no revaluation will be there. Already we have seen above that it is mentioned that cash and bank balance is also taken over. So 2,20,000 we will write for cash and bank balance. Plus goodwill is valued at 250% of the book value of furniture and fittings. So furniture and fittings are 80,000. 250% of that, that is 2 lakh rupees, will be the figure of furniture and fittings. We will see here calculation of purchase consideration by net asset method. Goodwill 80,000 multiplied by 250%, that is 2 lakh is the amount of goodwill. Land and building figure is given in the adjustment 10 lakh. Furniture and fittings figure is given, that is 70,000. Stock is taken over at 75% of the book value, that is 30,000. Trade receivables are taken over. Here we have mentioned book value and RDD we are going to mention as liability. So trade receivables are taken over at 75,000 plus We are going to deduct RDD from that 5,000 rupees, which is given in the adjustment. Cash and bank balance is taken over at the book value. So 2,20,000 is the cash and bank balance. Total assets taken over by Akash Limited is 15,95,000. Trade payables are taken over at book value 90,000. RDD is taken over at 5,000. So total liabilities taken over are 95,000. And PC as per the net asset method is 15 lakh rupees. Now we will see how this PC is being settled. We will just refer to the problem again. Our seventh adjustment has said 90% of PC is settled by issue of equity shares. However, those equity shares are of rupees 10 but issued at rupees 15. So we just find out the 90% amount of this 15 lakh. 90% amount of that will be 13,50,000, but to calculate number of shares, this 13,50,000 is to be divided by issue price always. At one point you have to remember that 13,50,000 is the amount of PC settled in the form of equity shares, but equity shares are given of rupees 10 is issued by the company at rupees 15. So number of shares, if we want to calculate, we have to divide this 13,50,000 by 15 rupees. That is 90,000 shares are being given by the Akash Limited to Prakash Limited, and remaining 10%, that is 1,50,000, is given in the form of cash. So this is settlement of PC actually. 90,000 equity shares of 10 each issued at rupees 15, that is 13,50,000 is given in the form of equity shares, and remaining 15 lakh, this amount of PC what we calculated, 10% of that is given in the form of cash, that is 1,50,000. So our purchase consideration is 15 lakh. This is a very simple calculation. From the problem, you have to understand whether we are supposed to calculate purchase consideration by net payment method or net asset method. When the payment is clearly given, that is number of shares issued by the purchasing company as well as cash amount is clearly given, then we are supposed to calculate PC by net payment method. Otherwise, we will have to calculate PC by net asset method as we did in this problem. And from that, we have seen how the PC is to be settled by Akash Limited. Now, the next requirement in our problem is prepare the balance sheet of Akash Limited after amalgamation. But before moving to the balance sheet of Akash Limited, we will see what are the accounting entries to be passed by the Akash Limited. The journal entries in the books of Akash Limited will be first for purchasing the business of Prakash Limited. Entry for that will be business purchase account debit. Business is being purchased for 15 lakh, that is amount of PC, to liquidators of Prakash Limited 15 lakh. Thereafter, they'll be incorporating the assets and liabilities. Whatever assets and liabilities in the PC statement we have seen, all those assets are to be debited and liabilities are to be credited. So this we have seen already. All these assets, goodwill, land and building, furniture, stock, trade receivables, cash, all these are to be debited. These two liabilities are to be credited, as well as PC purchase consideration, business purchase is to be credited with 15 lakh. So you can see here entry, goodwill account debit 2 lakh, land and building account debit 10 lakhs, furniture 70,000, stock account debit 30,000, trade receivables account debit 75,000, cash and bank account debit 2,20,000, to trade receivables account 90,000, to RDD account 5,000, and to business purchase account 15 lakh. This is the entry for incorporating assets and liabilities in the books of Akash Limited, that is purchasing company. After that, we will see the settlement of PC. Now, PC is settled in the form of equity shares as well as cash. But equity share, 90,000 equity shares are given, and at of rupees 10 at rupees 15. So 5 rupees is premium involved. That is, accounting entry for settling of PC is liquidators of Prakash Limited account debit 15 lakh. To equity share capital account, capital is always credited with the face value. 90,000 multiplied by 10, that is 9 lakh is the equity capital. 5 rupees is premium collected by the company, so that is to be credited to securities premium account. 90,000 multiplied by 5, 4,50,000. To cash or bank account, 1,50,000. This is the accounting entry for settlement of purchase consideration. After that, if you refer your problem has said that there's one statutory reserve in the balance sheet of statutory reserve. You just refer to the adjustment first, then we will check which is the statutory reserve in the balance sheet. Adjustment number 5 says Statutory reserve is to be maintained for 1 more year. Now, if you refer to the balance sheet, there is capital reserve given, there is profit and loss account, export profit reserve, revaluation reserve. Now, out of these 4 reserves, export profit reserve, that is amount of 60,000, is a statutory reserve which is required to be maintained by Aakash Limited also for 1 more year. Sometimes you will get here statutory reserve, sometimes it is given export profit reserve, tea development rebate reserve. There are different names by which these reserves are given. So these reserves are required to be maintained as per the statutory requirements. So this 60,000 now is to be maintained by Aakash Limited. That means this export profit reserve is to be recorded in the balance sheet. So this export profit reserve is to be credited, and this is to be recorded by opening account called amalgamation adjustment reserve account. So the incorporation entry for this reserve will be amalgamation adjustment reserve account debit to export profit reserve account with the amount of 60,000. This is the accounting entry for incorporating this amount of 60,000 as export profit reserve. Last adjustment in our problem has said that Aakash Limited is going to issue 12% 40,000 preference shares of rupees 10 each at rupees 9 each, fully paid up. All these preference shares were fully subscribed by the public. That means these are issued to the public and cash consideration is received while issuing those shares to the public. So 40,000 shares of rupees 10 but issued at rupees 9. So we are going to collect 9 rupees from the public and 1 rupees is given in the form of discount. That is 40,000 multiplied by 9 is the amount of cash which is coming into the business of Aakash Limited, and 40,000 multiplied by 1 is a loss for the Aakash Limited, which is to be debited to discount on issue. So the accounting entry for this is bank account debit 40,000 multiplied by 9, that is 3,60,000. Discount account debit 40,000 multiplied by 1, 40,000. To preference share capital account, capital is always credited with the book with the face value. So 40,000 multiplied by 10, that is 4 lakh is the equity capital. With this, accounting entries comes to an end. Now, why we discuss these accounting entries? Because when balance sheet is required in the problem, balance sheet will be solely prepared from the journal entries. So from this journal entries, it is clear that what is going to be recorded in the balance sheet. Now, if you see this first entry, here we debited business purchase, here we credited business purchase. So this business purchase account is cancelled. Here we said we are supposed to pay 15 lakh to the liquidators of Prakash Limited, and while paying PC, while settling PC, we have debited this liquidators of Prakash Limited. So the effect of this 15 lakh is already cancelled. That means this 15 lakh business purchase and liquidators of Prakash Limited is not going to be accounted in the balance sheet of Prakash Limited. However, this goodwill will come as intangible fixed asset. This land and building will come as tangible fixed asset. This furniture will come as tangible fixed asset. Stock will be recorded as inventories. Trade receivables will be recorded as current asset. Cash will be recorded as current asset. Trade payable will be recorded as current liability, and this RDD will actually be deducted from this trade receivables of 75,000. So actually trade receivables we are going to record as 70,000 in the balance sheet. And this business purchase, I said this account is closed. So this business purchase account is not to be accounted in the balance sheet of Aakash Limited. So these are the assets which we are going to incorporate in the balance sheet. After that, the Aakash Limited has settled PC by giving equity capital and cash. So this equity capital is nothing but the capital which is to be recorded as a liability in the balance sheet of Aakash Limited. So when we are going to make a balance sheet, we will be just referring that 90,000 shares of rupees 10 are held by Aakash Limited. That is 9 lakh will be the equity share capital. This securities premium, this I said is a reserve gain for Aakash Limited. So 4,50,000 is to be recorded as reserves and surplus in the balance sheet to cash and bank account. Now they have received cash of rupees 2,20,000 from Prakash Limited, and they have paid 1,50,000 as cash and bank. So this cash is to be added and this cash is to be deducted from this 1,50,000. Set how much amount of cash is held by Aakash Limited, that we will calculate in the form of note. But I'm just telling you that this journal entries are only going to tell us what we counted in the balance sheet of Akash Limited. So these journal entries should be clear to the students. Next, we said this amalgamation adjustment reserve. This amalgamation adjustment reserve is nothing but the reserve which is to be maintained as per the statutory requirement. So this 60,000 amalgamation adjustment reserve will be recorded as a negative figure in the balance sheet, and this export profit reserve will be recorded as a positive figure in the balance sheet under the head reserves and surplus. That means actually if we check, this has no effect in the balance sheet. This we are going to record as a negative figure. This we are going to record as a positive figure under the head reserves and surplus. So actually it is neutralizing the effect. Then bank account debit 3,60,000. We have again received 3,60,000. So this 3,60,000 is going to be added to cash. Already we had 2,20,000 cash taken over. Out of that, 1,50,000 is paid as cash to the liquidators of Prakash Limited, and this 3,60,000 again is received in the form of preference share capital. So this is to be added to the cash or bank account. This discount, now this discount is a loss for the company. This discount as a loss can be considered either as a current asset or non-current asset depending upon the terms of the company. If company is going to write off this discount over a period of 1 year, this should be considered as other current asset. Otherwise, if a company is going to write off this discount in a period of more than 1 year, this discount will be considered as other non-current asset. This point you are supposed to remember, that this loss is our asset. Accumulated loss is asset. This is to be recorded either as other current asset or other current asset or other non-current asset depending upon the terms of policy. If nothing is mentioned, now if we refer this problem, there is no information given about this discount, so we'll be considering this as other non-current asset. We'll be considering it as long-term asset, other non-current asset, and this preference capital will be recorded in the balance sheet as our capital. So now we will see the format of balance sheet. You can see the format of balance sheet of Akash Limited after amalgamation. First part is equity and liabilities. It is divided actually into 3 parts, but here we won't have any non-current liabilities. So we have recorded only 2. That is, number 1 is shareholders fund, that comprises of share capital and reserves and surplus. Number 2 is current liabilities. Number 2 actually is non-current liabilities, but since here in this problem there are no non-current liabilities, I have recorded only current liabilities, and that too only trade payables. You can see from the journal entries, you can refer what are the liabilities taken over. Here it is only 2, trade payables and RDD, and RDD is going to be deducted from the trade receivables. It is not to be recorded as a liability. This is to be deducted from the trade receivables. So in the balance sheet, there's only one current liability, that is trade payable. Assets, number 1 is non-current asset. In that, fixed asset, tangible fixed asset and intangible fixed asset, other current asset. Now I said this discount on issue of preference shares will be recorded as other current asset. Sorry, it will be recorded as other non-current asset. Other non-current asset. Current assets, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalent. So these are the heads. Now we will first see the notes to the accounts. Share capital, there is equity capital as well as preference share capital. You just refer to your journal entries. Whatever amount you have credited as equity capital, this will be recorded in the balance sheet as capital. Whatever amount we have credited as preference share capital, that is to be recorded in the balance sheet as capital. So we have 2 type of capital, equity share capital and preference share capital. You can see here in the notes to the account. Equity share capital, 90,000 equity shares of 10 each, 9 lakh. Preference share capital, 40,000, 12% preference shares of rupees 10 each. So 13 lakh is the amount of amount of share capital. That is to be recorded in the balance sheet as share capital. Reserves and surplus. Now here in reserves and surplus, we had securities premium of 4,50,000, which you can see in the journal entry. we have credited securities premium, and securities premium is nothing but our reserves and surplus. And apart from that, I said this amalgamation adjustment reserve will be recorded as a negative figure, and export profit reserve will be recorded as a positive figure. So securities premium is 4,50,000, export profit reserve positive figure, amalgamation adjustment reserve negative figure. So actually the total of our reserves and surplus is only 4,50,000. Now why we are mentioning this? Since it's a statutory requirement, company has to carry this for a period of 1 year. Okay. Fixed asset, tangible fixed asset. We had two tangible fixed assets, land and building and furniture and fittings. All this you can see from your journal entry only. You just refer to your journal entry. Land and building, furniture and fitting. Rest three are current asset. So land and building we are going to record 10 lakh. Furniture we are going to record 70,000, and goodwill is our intangible fixed asset 2 lakh. So here in the balance sheet you can see fixed asset, tangible assets, land and building and furniture 10,70,000, and intangible is goodwill 2 lakh rupees. So these two separately we will be posting in the balance sheet. After that, other non-current asset, we said discount is to be recorded as other non-current asset. Discount on issue of shares 40,000. Since we don't know within what period of time company is going to write off this discount, it is to be considered as other non-current asset. After that, trade receivable, there is no need for the note. Even you can do this calculation in the balance sheet itself. Gross debtors are 75,000 less RDD 5,000, so debtors are to be recorded at 70,000. Cash, we have to show a note. There were three entries related to cash. First, in journal entries we have said cash taken over is 2,20,000. Cash is debited, so cash is our asset. It has a debit balance 2,20,000. Whenever we credit it, we deduct it. Here we credited 1,50,000 is paid, so 2 lakh out of that 1,50,000 is paid. That is this 1,50,000 we are going to deduct, and we received 3,60,000 on issue of preference shares. So in the balance sheet, the cash which is going to be recorded is 2,20,000 plus 3,60,000 minus 1,50,000, that is 4,30,000 is the amount of cash available with the Aakash Limited. Now just we are supposed to post all these figures in our balance sheet format, and the balance sheet will tally. You can just see these are the notes to the accounts which we made. Capital is 13 lakh. Reserves and surpluses are 4,50,000. Trade payables, we are going to take the same figure. There was no any adjustment. Then fixed assets are tangible 10,70,000, intangible 2 lakh. Other non-current asset is 40,000. Debtors are 70,000. Cash is 4,30,000. I just posted all these figures here. You can see share capital 13 lakh, reserves and surplus 4,50,000, trade payables 90,000. We have not made any note for this. Just from the journal entry, this amount of trade payable which was credited is just posted into the balance sheet. Okay. So 18,40,000 is the total of balance sheet. Tangible fixed assets, intangible fixed assets, other non-current asset. Current assets may, it is inventories 30,000. No need to make a note for that. You just take from the journal entry the amount of inventories. Trade receivables is 70,000. Cash is 4,30,000. And with this, your balance sheet will tally with the amount of 18,40,000. With this, our problem comes to an end. Thank you very much, students.